8 years ago, the world was devastated by the video "I'm done with League of Legends," when the at the time biggest League content creator, Videogamedunkey, shared his opinion on the state of the game and announced his departure from making League content. Today, let's see how many of the issues Riot Games have since then fixed and addressed.
I was 2 points shy of a series when I encountered this player. This Malphite would just run down everybody's lane and feed kills until he was 0-9. And it was at this time that I called this Malphite a fuck the degenerate he is.
And this is unfortunately still a thing, but it is no longer as simple as people just running down every lane. Sure, that still happens, but for the most part these people are banned. For example, 2 weeks ago though, I tried to gank my mid laner. The gank failed, and he got mad. So he starts following me into the jungle, taking jungle camps away from me, selling all his items to buy mobility boots, but he doesn't feed the enemy. No, he instead runs around and takes kills from people, not helping in the fights. He just stands there watching until he can last hit the kill to get the gold and do nothing with it. He of course went unpunished because his KDA looked great because he avoided dying and took the kills. However, just like in the video, you can still not type anything back to him, because if you tell him anything mean, then your account gets punished. I do think telling people to get gunned down in the streets is a little bit too far to be called trash talking, and that you should probably be punished with a chat restriction or something. But I do not think that you should be banned from playing the game because you flame someone who is literally ruining the game and experience for you, and who themselves get away with it scot-free. Now, Dunkeys goes on to say this.
League of Legends doesn't work as a competitive game or a fun party game to play with your friends.
And I think this is still true today. Most of my casual friends have all quit the game. Because if you and your friends play League for fun, you will almost always lose against a team playing to win. And playing League from behind is one of the most boring things you can experience. On the other hand, if you're trying to play League competitively, all it takes is one teammate trying to make you lose the game, and it becomes infinitely harder and less fun. Dunkeys also had some bullet points.
The death timers are too short, the bounty system punishes you for doing good, the turrets are fucking annoying, the rank system doesn't work at all.
The death timers are too low. These have unfortunately only decreased with time, and other things like getting movement speed back to lane after you die, and home guard after 10 minutes has made punishing players for dying even harder since then. The bounty system has been reworked. Unfortunately, it still punishes you for doing well, and in my own opinion, they're even worse now than they were before, since they've added objective bounties. So now you can lose the game by losing an objective on the other side of the map. And the ranked system is still broken, arguably even more so than ever. Since 2015, Riot changed the ranked system into 2 seasons, and the plan is to make it 3. Because of the shorter seasons, they simply made the LP numbers higher, and added a new rank tier, where former gold players, platinum players, and diamond players all get to play games with each other. This is widely known as Hell. Who would have thought? They also removed the visible rank from influencing the matchmaking, which is just the weirdest and dumbest thing I've ever heard, and nobody's talking about it. What is the point of a visible rank that you get points for when your real matchmaking rank is hidden from you and other players, and your visible rank means nothing for the matchmaking because the points you gain aren't the same as the matchmaking points? This leads to players, for example, in Masters, playing the ranked games in Emerald lobbies or with Platinum players. And like I said, no one is even talking about this. Dunkeys then goes on to talk about how pro play is different from real League of Legends. Because in real League of Legends,
there's going to be 3 decent guys and 7 retards at its best league.
And this is still the case. Unless you're participating in a tournament, the game you play is nothing like Pro League of Legends. Games are still decided not by which team has the best player, but which team has the fewest bad players. As for Dunkeys' final point, I don't think I can do justice, so I'll let the man speak for himself.
And I've been consistently putting out League videos since I started out on YouTube, so I emailed Riot. I said, hey, can you guys unban me so I can finish this video up? Now keep in mind, during my whole career of being the top guy promoting their game for 4 years, Riot has done almost nothing to help me out or promote me, and I emailed them for this first and only favor, and they respond to me, nope, you're toxic. And this is when I realized that this company doesn't appreciate me at all.
And it's funny that only 1 month ago, several big League streamers went on a trip to Korea, only to all end up getting banned and being in the same boat as Dunkeys was 8 years ago, asking for an unban but not getting it. Oh, and I should mention, they didn't even get to know the reasoning behind their bans for a few days. What happened to Donkey happened back in 2015. Since then, Riot has implemented the League Partnership Program, which I cannot personally speak about since I'm not a part of it. However, neither is most of the biggest content creators. And lastly, let's talk about high elo. High elo is currently in a terrible spot, where it is infested with win traders, boosters, and cheaters. But still, if you type anything mean in the chat in these games, you get punished. It can be as soft as fuck you, or telling someone to kill a certain champion in game. Now, if you want to know more about this in specific, I recommend watching Rival's video on the topic. The link will be in the description and at the top. So, how many of Dunkeys' issues did Riot fix over these 8 years? Drumroll, please. That's right, it's a grand total of 0, which Donkey even calls out in his own video.
And because this game wants to cater to the biggest audience possible to make the most money, like Call of Duty, it's just gonna stay that way forever.
And thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, I would really appreciate a like.